So today I wanted to make a quick video, and we're going to discuss on whether you can decide if velocity banking is right for you and you alone. So the way that I want to do this is I want you guys to imagine back into the past of all the financial successes you've had and all the financial failures you had. I want you to think about the feelings and the emotions that you had that made you derive to that decision on whether you wanted to buy a car, or whether you wanted to rent an apartment, or whether you wanted to buy a home, right? Think about all your purchasing decisions and what drove those things. Did you even have a plan, or did you just do it because it was something that you thought you needed to do at the time, right? And I want you to really think back to what drove these decisions financially and how did it work out, right? If you bought a car that was your dream car, but you really didn't have enough money to afford it at the time, what was the payoff? Did it make you feel good? Did it increase your self-confidence and your self-esteem? What was the benefit of that? What was the downsides? And this is how you should start to think about whether if velocity banking is right for you. Think about all the positives and all the negatives that can come from doing this, and see if it is a good decision for you to make. But I'll run down some of the things that I think will be very helpful if you want to go down this path and start your journey with velocity banking. So the first thing I would consider is, are you left brain dominant? Because velocity banking it involves a lot of numbers and a lot of systems and processes. And usually people who are left brain dominant are more logical. They like processes and systems more so than things being organized a certain way or being more creative. I know people who are right brain dominant might not like this system as much because it is very strict, it's rigid, it's not creative. There are ways you can make this more creative, but it is more so for people who are logical, process oriented. So we're talking about your accountants, your engineers here, people who work manual labor, very process oriented people. This might be the system for you. Next thing we'll talk about is that this system is very simple, it's effective, and it's efficient. So we're not going to open up 7 different bank accounts here. We're not going to open up savings and put emergency fund here, rainy day fund. We're not going to invest in all these other things. We're keeping it simple. It's a step-by-step process, right? So we do the pregame work. That's level 1. We get your cash flow up. Level 2 is we 10x your income. We eliminate all your debt. All we need to do those first 2 levels is 1 bank account and a debt tool. If you want to add more debt tools over time, that's fine, but this is all we need, 2 things, and then a step-by-step process. So level 3, that's when things can get a little bit more interesting and exciting. This is when you can open up investment accounts. This is when you can open up cash value life insurance policies to do infinite banking. But the first 2 levels, very simple, only need these 2 things, and that's why I like it. I don't have to open up a savings account. I don't need an emergency fund. I don't need a rainy day fund, none of that stuff until we get to level 3. That's when the fun starts. And by that time, it'll be autopilot to get to your goals quickly and efficiently. And then the last thing that you have to consider is, do you have high interest debt? Things like credit cards have extremely high interest. Even personal loans nowadays can have some high interest rates ranging from like 15% or so. So you want to be on the lookout for those things. If you have something with high interest debt, you want to pay that off as quick as possible. And the quickest way I know is velocity banking. And that's why this may be the right strategy for you. So consider these 3 things, consider your past financial successes and failures, and then determine whether you want to switch things up and do it a different way to get a different result. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope this video was very helpful. Again, if you want to work with me or you want me to do your numbers on YouTube, I am willing to do that. Just leave me a comment. I'll send you an email. You can send me your 4 major numbers, and then I'll create a plan on YouTube for free on how you can go about either doing the pregame work or eliminating debt as quickly as possible, or even 10xing your income. I'll come up with some goals or some strategies on how to do that too as well. So thank you guys. I appreciate all you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's build this channel together. Thank you.